All right, good morning. It is Friday. Happy Friday. Oh, we made it through another week. This has been my spring break week, so it's been nice to kind of take a break. It had a couple of weird up and down patches. Of course, on Monday, you guys heard the story. My car got vandalized. Apparently, there's a whole thing behind it. It's called like a drive-by gooning. Ugh, hate that word. Yuck. Somebody splopped my car with a little baggie full of a goop of some kind, and it went into my open window, and I had to clean it off my vintage drum set and my interior and myself, and not fun. Anyway, that kind of put a downer on a lot of the things that I did this spring break, where I should have been, enjoying it with my family uninterrupted. I was having to file police reports, and it was a cloud over the entire week. I got done about a quarter of the things that I should have gotten done because I was just absorbed. Not as fun, but I did get some things done. Right, couple of frustrating moments, I guess. It's not as fun when there's something that casts a cloud over top of things. But we're here playing the puzzles, which is going to make your day happy no matter what happens. So let's do it. Let's dive in. Looks like we're having a couple of buffering connection issues, so we'll see. We'll see how quickly we can get through this. All right. Let's see. I see citrus, city, red carpet, all out, American flag, cart with a K, between, sunshine, galaxy, leafy greens, world, Uber rating, land, steady, supplements, and town. Okay. I'm going to totally go out on a limb here, but I see Uber rating. That has, your 5-star rating. An American flag has stars on it. Galaxy has stars in it. Oh, and maybe a red carpet. Is this what they're going for? Like the red carpet, you see all the celebrity stars? Places to find stars. Yep, that's the one. And it's a blue category, too. Okay, so maybe citrus and sunshine, right? Like Florida. You're going to see land there. I don't know. Town, city, land, and world. Maybe? Places used in retail suffixes. Oh, funny. Lego City, Legoland, Lego Town, Taco Town. I actually just watched that one recently. Taco Town. We take that whole thing and wrap it in a Parisian crepe. Oh, it's funny. Or Nintendo World. Why am I thinking all Nintendo things? Okay, so I see like healthy things. I see citrus, leafy greens, getting some sunshine, and then supplements. These are things that'll give you vitamins. Okay, sources of vitamins. Great. Isn't that weird that being out in the sun gives you vitamin D? How does that work? How do we absorb it? Or do we not absorb it? Do we just does that activate something in us that creates vitamins? I don't know. I've always found it weird that the sun, just being out in the sun, gives you vitamin D. Okay, so then between, steady, cart. Oh, go. Go between, go steady, go cart, and go all out. Yeah, it's got to be it. Words after go. Cool. Hey, you know what? Yet another day that we did all of the, all the puzzles without having to go, how are these related? That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Places to find stars. The American flag, in a galaxy, on the red carpet, celebrities, and in an Uber rating. I have never taken an Uber. Is that weird? Maybe I'm old. I'm just old. I've never taken an Uber. I've never, ordered. Honestly, I've never ordered food from an app, and I've never ordered a ride from an app. I just don't. I don't know. That's not my thing. That's not what I do. So, call me crazy. Call me old. Call me old-fashioned. I always told myself I'd never say kids these days, but I find I say it on a daily basis. Kids these days. Call me old-fashioned. That's funny. Places used in retail suffixes. Let me think of each one. City. So like Party City. Land. How about Legoland? Okay, I'm gonna use it. Taco Town. And then what's one for world? The world of Harry Potter. I don't know. Whatever. Sources of vitamins. Citrus, leafy greens, you get vitamin C. Leafy greens, you get lots of different vitamins. Sunshine, you get vitamin D. And supplements, you can get quite a few different vitamins, whether they're synthetic, man-made, or natural, I guess. A lot of times they give you, they chock it full of, vitamin B or something, because 99% of it you're going to pee out. And then the rest of it you might absorb because it's synthetic. Your body doesn't know how to take that in from supplements. So it's better to get it from, leafy greens and from your red meat and stuff. But I'm not a doctor. Who knows? And then this one, the purple category, words after go. Go kart, go steady, go between, and go all out. Cool. I always love it when I'm solving that puzzle and I can figure out what everything was. Sometimes when you're left with the last four, you're like, how are these related? What? All right. It looks like there are a couple of duplicates here. That's interesting. 5 across and 6 across. One's a 4-letter word. One's a 5-letter word. It says when repeat. Let's get to it. We'll get to it. Bad things to see tumbling down a mountain on their own. Ooh, yikes. Boulders, rocks, but it's probably one that starts with or ends with an S. Bad things with an S. Things. So it's got to have an S on it, I bet. When repeated, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. I don't know. A 5-letter word I thought of. When repeated, if you know what I mean. Right. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know. Provide funding for. To donate, to lease. I'm thinking of 5-letter words. I don't know. We'll come back to it. Quartet of awards won by Whoopi Goldberg for short. I don't know. The Emmy, the Tony, I feel like it's got an S on the end, but maybe I'm wrong. Successfully pulled off as a deal. If you landed a deal, if you... why am I having a hard time coming up with words right now? Little tyke. Kiddo. Then maybe this one's wrong. Maybe that one's wrong. Little tyke. I'm going to say kiddo. Maybe it's totally wrong. A gold brick. B-A-R. Is it bar? Do you spell it R-R-E, that type? That's like a dancing bar to balance against. I don't know. Maybe I'm totally wrong. To distort as data is skew. French word before a maiden name. I don't know. Bad things to see tumbling down a mountain. Alright, so one of these is wrong, either kiddo or bar. And I'm thinking... I think it's probably kiddo. When repeated, if you know what I mean. I don't know. Maybe this one is wrong too. Man. Let's see. When repeated, if you know what I mean. Provide funding for, to... What ends in a W there? To... Man, I'm having a hard time with this. Provide funding for. And you guys, if you know, if you think of something, shout it out in the comments. I'm not just doing this by myself. If you know and you're like, duh, it's that answer, let me know. Provide funding for, to pay out, to allow, maybe. That's a total guess. Quartet of awards won by Whoopi Goldberg. I don't know. Should get the Emmys, Oscars, Tonys. I don't know. I think this one is wrong. It just feels wrong. Oh, wait a minute. Bad things to see tumbling down a mountain on their own. Skis. That would be very bad. To see skis tumbling down the mountain. You wonder whose they are. Successfully pull off as a deal. So maybe this is, well, hold on. Maybe this is kiddo. We're going the wrong way. Maybe this is kiddo. Oh, wait. Gold brick is an ingot. Okay. Oh, we're onto something here. As a kid, I thought money grew on trees. Yeah. Oh, okay. So DOW, provide funding for, endow. That could be it. See, I don't even know. Quartet of awards won by Whoopi Goldberg for short. When repeated, if you know what I mean. I don't know. I'm just having a hard time with that. Congrats in advance. Callie's thinking I'm going to just get it right away. Successfully pulled off as a deal. See, the part that goofs me up is when repeated. When repeated. What word would you repeat? That means if you know what I mean. Oh, wink, wink. I get it. I get it. I had to look at my keyboard for that. I was like, what word goes blank INK? Wink. Okay, so knowing that, successfully pulled off as a deal. Swindle. Successfully pull off as a deal. To swing a deal. Maybe swing. If you know what I mean. What? Congrats in advance. Is that part of... See, I can never tell if you're giving hints or not. Okay, let me look at my keyboard again. Pidge. Ridge. Nobody says that. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. So, Quartet of Awards won by Whoopi Goldberg for short. She won a Tony, she won an Oscar, she won a Grammy, and an Emmy, maybe? Oh, wait a minute. This one's past tense. Nudge. Ah, okay. Oh my gosh, that took forever. No, I'm not going to use the app. Thank you. Thanks for the ad. Okay. Yeah, not pull off, pulled off, past tense. Thank you, Callie. Yes. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. This one took a while. Look at this, 11 minutes. Golly, 11 minutes, 23 seconds to chew at this one. Okay, bad things to see tumbling down a mountain on their own. Skis. Yeah, that would not be good. Somebody had a yard sale. When repeated, if you know what I mean, wink, wink. When repeated, if you know what I mean, nudge, nudge. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Provide funding for, to endow, like a gift for a college or something. Quartet of Awards won by Whoopi Goldberg. She won, I guess, an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. Successfully pulled off as a deal, swung, not swing, swung in past tense. Thank you for that gentle reminder. A little tyke, kiddo. Gold brick, ingot. Distort as data, skew. And the French word before a maiden name, nay. I've seen that word before, right? To explain who the person's maiden name used to be, right? Before they were married. And you say N-E-E, and I think one of them has an apostrophe or an accent. I forget which. One of the E's has an accent on it. Okay. So, what is going on with our Wordle today? Let's use... What should we do? How about snare? A little bit of help. We got an A, we got an R. What about... I'm trying to come up with a non-intersecting word, a word that doesn't use any of those first 5 letters. And I may have shot myself in the foot because everything I'm coming up with has either an S, an R, an N. These are like such basic, used all the time letters. How about chomp? That doesn't use any of those letters. All right, there's an O somewhere. Can we come up with another one? How about wilty? Wilty is not a word? Yeah, when you buy spinach and you go look at it 2 weeks later, it's wilty. I don't know about that. How about built? Help me out. Help me out. Nothing. Dang it. Okay. So with these 3 non-intersecting words, we have an A, an R, and an O, and they are not in the right place. There's no E. There's no L. There's no S. So R, this is like, GR. Where are my letters? GR. Or DR. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. I feel like 2 letters go together. What are other letters that go with R? What if it is the consonant R? W, R. Oh, FR. FR. And then the OA doesn't go together. Oh, it's not. Oh, wait a minute. That changes everything. Because the next letter should be a vowel. And yet... both of those, the vowel doesn't work there. Okay. No. Are we in for a 10-minute Wordle? Come on, no. Have some faith in me. And by the way, the mini crossword was 11.5 minutes. Thank you very much. All right. So I tried consonant, blank. If I do an A or an O, it doesn't work there. So we're going to rework this one. What if it starts with the R? Rodas, that's a word in Portuguese. Wheels. Roda is wheel. But it's not. Gardo. Gorda. That's a word. That's in Spanish. Means fat. I'll get it. I'll get it. I want to get it on the 4th. I usually get it on the 4th with my strategy where I come up with, I kind of brute force it at the beginning. Okay, so what if it's something, maybe O blank AR, like sonar, but it's not sonar. What if it's a Z? Boy, a Z took me by surprise the other day. Oh, funny. That's also another word in Portuguese. Okay, so maybe it's not. See, and then we run into that roadblock of being a vowel next. Rogan, like Joe Rogan. Why is that a word? That's a proper name, not a word. Okay, well that tells us that it's not an R word. Oh, but how fascinating! It's also not. I thought it was like an AR word or something, but it's not. Okay. So then what if it starts with an A? That's not very likely. Oh my goodness. Warfo. Okay. Should we consider double letters? Like A-R-R-O-W. Oh my gosh, that's a word. Wait a minute. A can go there. R-R. O can go there. W. Oh, man, that scared me. Okay. Ooh, are you guys screaming the answer at me? Why wouldn't it be an AR word? Rodka. Yeah, you gotta love Rodka. No, we're not in for a 10-minute Wordle today. It took me all of... how long? I don't know. It doesn't say the time. I don't know. It took a while. Yeah, I know. I get it. Why would it be an AR word? Thank you, Just JJ. I love to just struggle through the Wordle myself. I don't know. I'm just crazy like that. I got snare, and then AR was somewhere, and then I said chomp as a non-intersecting word, which was the O, and then built, which luckily I used all 15 letters there, but then I still only had yellow, so I'm moving it around. Rogan apparently is a word. I thought that was just Joe Rogan's last name. It doesn't mean anything. Apparently it does. And then so mixing letters around. Callie's nervous that it's going to take me 10 minutes to move these letters around. And it took a little while, but not 10 minutes. At least I hope not. I don't know. I was in a time warp there, so it could have been. And we ended up with arrow. Isn't that funny, too? The second I said, I wonder if it's a double letter, then suddenly all these ideas started coming out. I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe it's a double R, and it was. My first idea was it was like consonant O, consonant A, R, right? Like sonar or something, but it was not even close to that. Well, good. Good. All right. Ask it again. Are we in for a 10-minute Strands? Rogan. Word of Hindi origin meaning red or brown. Oh, interesting. Red-brown. Well, I learned something new there. Okay, so if you've never played the Strands puzzle before, it's sort of like a word search, except the words don't just go up and down, left and right, and you don't get to know what the words are. You have to kind of assume them. You have to get them from osmosis from the theme, which is not always a nail on the head, right? It's not direct. Buzzing in. So this could be buzzing like a bee. This could be buzzing like buzzing in on a quiz show, right? A game show on television. Like Jeopardy. I almost saw the word Jeopardy. Geopar. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. Pardy. Jeopardy. Oh. Maybe this is all about game shows. Pyramid. And it makes a pyramid. That's funny. The $20,000 pyramid or whatever it was. Inflation now. I might see the spangram here. Game shows. There we go. Oh, here's another. Lingo. What were other ones? There's like don't press your luck. Password. I bet passwords. Oh, here. Password. 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 The password is. Then you have to like say it without saying it. Catchphrase. Cool. Yeah, old school game shows. That's fun. I was tapping into my knowledge of old school game shows, having watched TV all the time. That's great. Lingo, yeah. That's great. Yeah, it's very similar to Wordle. We get to play Lingo pretty much every day. That's great. Yeah, Lingo was a great one. Press your luck. No whammies. Big bucks, no whammies. Jeopardy, pyramid. What was the number on pyramid? Wasn't it like the $50,000 pyramid or something? Maybe that's too much money for the 1960s or 70s. The $10,000 pyramid or something. That's funny. Catchphrase and password. These are all classic old game shows. The dating game. Oh my gosh, so many. So many good ones. All right, then we dive in and play Letterboxd. So we're trying to solve in 6 words, which tells me that maybe these are easier letters. They're giving us a break today. Solve in 6 letters. Okay, or 6 words. We got a W, an X, and an R. That's not easy letters. A Y. Oh, no. If it's more words, if it's 6 words, that means they're harder because I have to use up more words. They're playing tricks on me. They know it's early in the morning. I just woke up. That's funny. Y, O, and H, B, E, and L, and D, T. Is there a U? No. T, T, and I. Because I thought double, but there's no U. I can't play double. I can't play BLE either, so I don't know. Letterbox didn't take Rolodex. Oh, Rolodex. It should have. What? Doesn't take dang it. Okay, so we can do RE words. There is a T, so we do like TER words. TER is on the table. TH is on the table. I was trying THW like thwip or something. Thwack. There's no A. There's no S. I think my wife is printing something because my printer just woke up and it's singing the song of its people. Oh, I can't do dreidel. I was going to say dreidel right there. Oh, I can't do exile. I was going to say exile. But I can't do LE. Thrower? Sorry, I've been looking at my chat. Throw. Oh my gosh, if I can spell it. Thrower. Okay, great word. Thrower. I like that. How do we get rid of the X? Or Rolleiflex. That's a TLR camera. Redox. That's a word. Redox. But now we start on an X. Oh boy. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, so here, let's use our handy dandy notebook to write down these great words. Because we could... Okay, thrower leads to redox, but I don't want to end on an X. That's a terrible idea. Oh, and that leaves us with an I, a Y, an L, and a B. Okay, so... Oh, I can't do bodily. Dang it. I, And then I have to end on a T for thrower. And then we can insert back over to thrower. Okay, I need an I need a Y, I need an L, and a B. Libre. So then how do I use up the Y? I'll write it down. Like Nacho Libre. Can I just add a T to the end? Not a word. All right, I wrote it down so I can come back to it. I just need to get rid of this Y somehow. Oh, that's a great word. E-Y-E-D. Eyed. Wall-eyed. I eyed up my competition. And then that leaves us... There's no A. Wish there was an A. Or an F for drift. Is that a word? No. Okay, well, we can write down eyed. Or just I by itself. But where do we go from there? You can't just put a Y on the end. Redoxy. Okay, see, I can see redox, but I can't say redoxer. Okay, well, fine then. See if I care. I do care. If the L and the E weren't on the same side, I could say like eyelet, and that would bring us to the T. Let's do eyed. And then... No. What am I doing here? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Libre. Leads us to I. We bounce back to the D. I'm looking at my notes here. Libre, eyed, and then D, and then we just need to get over to the T. So like dot. Okay, dot. And then thrower, great word. thrower, and then we just need the X at the end, so redox. Redox. There's this great product called Hyporedox. It's hypochlorous acid, super sanitizing. It's like really good for killing viruses and bacteria kind of stuff. For surfaces, right? You wipe it on stuff and it gets rid of stuff. Yeah, okay. Well, man, that was a challenging one. We had to do it in 6. We did it in 5 today. So I'm looking at Libre or Libre. If you flick the R, Libre. I'd, and then the D led us to dot, so we can get over to the T for thrower, and then redox. Yet another puzzle we had to sort of reverse engineer by writing down some of the great words and remember what they were for later. But you know what? We made it work. We did it. We did it. Cool. Yeah. So let's go over, just kind of recap our puzzles today. For the connections, we're trying to find 4 groups of 4, and we did it even without even asking, hey, how are these related? You know, sometimes at the last one, you're like, how on earth are these last 4 related? But they came together pretty nicely today. So places to find stars: American flag, a galaxy, the red carpet, and an Uber rating. I had a funny, what do you call it? Confession, I guess, that I have never ever taken an Uber before. Never downloaded the app. I've never ordered food from an app. It just seems wrong to me. Just walk up to a counter and ask the person that, tell them what you... Do I have a yesterday button in the top right? No, I don't. I'm actually not a subscriber. Maybe that's shameful of me to kind of usurp their puzzles every day. But, oh yeah, there is a yesterday puzzle. I thought you meant for the connections puzzle. For Letterboxd, yeah, if you click yesterday's puzzle, Schism and Mangrove. Wow. Interesting. That is not how I solved it. That's so interesting. Yeah, that would be cool to see how the previous puzzle was solved, so you can marvel at at previous puzzles and how they were solved. I think we did ours in 4 yesterday, or 3 or something. It wasn't too bad. Maybe we used all 5. I don't remember. I think it was a 5-letter puzzle. All right. So, yeah, places to find stars on your Uber rating, or maybe your Amazon package delivery rating, your product review. Places used in retail suffixes: city, Circuit City, land, Legoland, town, Taco Town. I love that SNL skit. So funny. And then world, all the different worlds. Sources of vitamins: citrus, leafy greens, sunshine, and supplements. The supplements I worry about a little bit, because usually supplements have synthetic vitamins in them that your body doesn't even assimilate. Words after go. This one I got, right? I was like, oh, there's 4 together. How are these related? Oh, go kart, go between, go all out, go steady. I love it. I love when they fall into place like that. Okay, and I'm so sorry. We took forever on this one. It was not clicking. It wasn't clicking for me. Bad things to see tumbling down a mountain on their own. Skis. Yikes. When repeated, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. When repeated, if you know what I mean. Nudge, nudge. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Provided funding for. Endow. Quartet of awards won by Whoopi Goldberg. That is, I guess, an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. Isn't Grammy for music? Does she have an award-winning music album? Successfully pulled off as a deal, swung a deal, past tense, swung. Little tyke, kiddo. Gold brick and ingot. And to distort the data, skew. And then the French word before a maiden name, nay. How do you pronounce that? Nay. I think that's how you pronounce it. I could be totally wrong. Completely wrong. I have been wrong before. It has happened once or twice. All right. And then, no, we didn't have to stare at this one for 10 minutes to get the answer. We started with the word snare, which kind of shot me in the foot a little bit. It did give me 2 letters, but S and N and A and R and E, those are so common. So common. So I'm coming up with non-intersecting words for the second and the third, and yeah, not exactly coming out because I couldn't not use some of those letters. But I did find 2 non-intersecting words. I came up with chomp, and that gave me the O, and then built, which didn't help me at all. But, process of elimination. There's only 26 letters, so it helped. It helped. And then Rogan apparently is a Hindi word, meaning like red-brown. I didn't know that. Sometimes I will just type in a string of letters and hit enter and kind of hope for the best. And sometimes it is actually a dictionary word. So we actually lucked out on that one, Rogan. And then mixing around letters, finally, maybe it was after 10 minutes, I thought to myself, you know what? I wonder if it's a double letter. So if it's like, R can't go in the beginning, R can't go in the fourth. So I'm like, okay, what if it's the R that's a double? So if it's like A-R-R, oh yeah, A-R-R-O-W, that works. So that was our the way we got to it today. Number 60 in our streak. That's pretty cool. We played 105 times already. That's cool. 100% win rate. Feeling good about that. Feeling good. All right. And then Strands was really fun today because it was all about old school game shows. Man, they should bring back like the real game shows. I'm not talking about this like overhyped. You know how overhyped like the floor and stuff? It's like, no, I don't want that. It's like half reality TV. Let's just like have people come on and answer questions. I would love that. Like classic old game shows. We don't need all of this like, oh, the floor lights up and people go head to head. No, just ask me trivia questions and give me money for it. I'd love that. So buzzing in, all about a game show. Game shows. Jeopardy, Pyramid. I love that Pyramid makes a triangle too. Pyramid. Lingo, great old game. Catchphrase and password. The password is Wordle. That was a classic game. Classic. The dating game. Let's make a deal. There were so many good ones. All right. And the letterbox today. We did it maybe a little roundabout way. We came up with some words at the first and then reverse engineered the first couple of letters, words to get rid of those other letters. I loved thrower and I loved redox, but man, ending on an X, yuck. So that one was a little tricky, ending on the X. So we started with libre, and then the E led us to I'd, and D led us to dot, T led us to thrower, and then the R, I said redox to get rid of the X. Nice. And then Callie just showed me this yesterday's puzzle button. I don't know. I don't click around. I just play the puzzle. I don't like use hints or strategies or whatever. Yesterday's puzzle, you could do it in 2, Schism and Mangrove. Wow. Of course. Why didn't that occur to me? Oh, man. Well, good puzzles. Today's Friday, right? It's earlier in the day, and we've got lots of day ahead of us. I have a couple of major projects I need to finish. I was also asked to give an official written police statement about the incident on Monday. If you don't know the incident, just briefly, I got, what do they call it? Gooned. Ugh, what a word. On Monday, my open car window, a kid threw a baggie of some kind of goop. It was like either sourdough starter or slime or something. It was very sticky, and threw it against my window. 99% or 90% of it, hit the windshield, and then splattered all up my car and the sides of the car. And then my window was open too, so it hit me. It hit my interior. It hit my my vintage drum set that's older than I am. I think it was made in like 1968. They don't make Jet anymore. Like, there is no Jet brand. It's it's a collector's item. It's vintage, and I play it every Monday and every other Thursday, and then every gig I have. And I'm like, no, you don't just do that. I was pretty frustrated, so I did call a non-emergency on that one. I'm fairly certain it's probably a kid I know, right? I teach at the high school, and it was a couple of high school age kids, and that's. It was just a frustrating moment. I'm like, I feel so vulnerable. I feel so like violated. So I don't know. Not everything on TikTok is a good thing to do. In fact, most things on TikTok are not good things to do. It was not a good situation. So I showed the pictures a couple. I think was it Tuesday or Wednesday? One of the previous live streams I actually showed showed the evidence. Right, I showed the damage done on my car. And I sat there for hours. I think it was like 2.5, 3 hours detailing my car inside and out. And I had to wear gloves. It could be bodily fluids, of course, gooning or whatever. So, like, ugh. And, just, it's wheat. What if you're gluten intolerant? It's ignorant, right? It's completely devoid of human emotion to do something like that. It just doesn't make sense. Not thinking about the consequences in the slightest bit. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for a great stream. And, gosh, thanks for the help on the puzzles, too. I needed it today. And enjoy your weekend, right? If you're doing something fun today, I hope that you get some fun time with family or friends, play games, just get out there in the sun. It's finally warming up. It feels really nice outside. Go get some vitamin D, right? We saw in the connections puzzle, you go get some sunshine today. I plan to get some projects done, hopefully some outside, and maybe we'll gain some vitamin D from that. All right. You guys are awesome. Oh, by the way, did you like my haircut? Did you see? I was all shaggy yesterday, and I look nice and prim and proper today. My wife always cuts my hair. I joke. I say I've gone to the same gal to do my hair for 18 years. She does a great job. She does really well. Yesterday she was like, "Honey, you never put gel in your hair anymore." I'm like, "Yeah, maybe I should." So maybe tomorrow morning I'll put gel in my hair. All right, you guys are awesome. Thanks for a great stream. Thanks for your help too. And I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.